you believe systemic racism is a problem in this country?
Well, you just keep getting back to the opposite subject. We should talk about the kind of violence that we've seen in Portland and here and other places. It's tremendous violence. You always get to the other side. Well, what do you think about this or that? The fact is that we've seen tremendous violence, and we will put it out very, very quickly if given the chance. And that's what this is all about. Yeah, I keep hearing about peaceful protests. I hear it about everything. And then I come into an area like this and I see the town is burned down. I mean, the kind of violence that I saw, you may have protesters, but you have some really bad people too. You have anarchists, and you have the looters, and you have the rioters, you have all types, you have agitators. And that's what you should be focusing on with your question. Well, I think people are calling for structural change, and then you could take the people of Kenosha that aren't here and that you won't see and that aren't protesting, but they want change also. They want to see law and order. That's the change they want. They want law and order. They want the police to be police. They want the police to do what they do better than anybody else in the world, and that's what they want too. You don't see them marching, and you don't see them on the streets, but what they want is they want great police force. They want people that are going to keep them safe, where their houses aren't broken into, where they're not raped and murdered. That's what they want.
Attorney General William Barr said on CNN that he does not believe there are two justice systems in the United States for Black and white Americans. He added, I think we have to be a little careful about throwing the idea of racism around, and I don't think it's as common as people suggest. What do you think?
I think that Donald Trump and Bill Barr are spending full time in a different reality. The reality of America today is what we have seen over generations and frankly since our inception, which is we do have two systems of justice in America. But here's the thing that gives me a sense of optimism and a sense of belief in who we are as a nation. We also have an ideal that is inscribed in marble on the Supreme Court that we all hold dear, which is that ideal of equal justice under law. And so while we have two systems of justice, we also fight for equal justice under law. And that means doing what Joe Biden and I are proposing, which is having a criminal justice system that, yes, bans chokeholds and carotid holes, make sure that we're going to require accountability for police officers who break the rules and break the law, that we're going to invest in communities and the economic strength of those communities. But doing it all recognizing that there are huge disparities in our country based on race. And it does us no good if we want to solve those disparities, to pretend they don't exist.
And that exists in police forces across the country?
There's no question that we have seen an unacceptable incidents for generations of unarmed Black men being killed. Nobody can deny that. You look at the numbers and proportionate to the population, a Black man is exponentially more likely to be stopped without probable cause, arrested. You can look at, for example, marijuana offenses, equal use between white population and Black population, but Black people are exponentially more likely to be arrested and prosecuted for those offenses. So I don't think that most reasonable people who are paying attention to the facts would dispute that there are racial disparities and a system that has engaged in racism